So I get into it and I'm like, the 26th letter, I'm like, oh shit. Why haven't I been listening to this guy? Because not only is he rapping well, he's blending that Creole, that Haitian slang in there, and it's just
Definitely
y'all
gonna give
check
it a
out that
listen, man. Like you saying, like missing with that Haitian a little bit. So I'm interested in it.
this project, Pray for Haiti. It's I might venture to say this may be up there with one of my favorite albums. All right, let's stay in that realm. We got another Haitian rapper, so to speak. Mach-Hommy. Did you listen? Did you get a chance to listen to it?
Didn't listen to it at all, man. So I'll let you hold it on this one.
Got
Tell
it.
me why I should listen, Cash. Make me want to listen to this album.
No doubt. Too easy. All right, so Mach-Hommy, Pray for Haiti. The reason why I got to it, to be honest with you, was straight up because of Westside Gun promoting it, and you know I'm a huge fan of Griselda. So with that said, I'm interested because he really was promoting this a lot, and I've never listened to Mach-Hommy at all. So this is my first time listening, coming in with fresh ears. I look back at his back catalog and notice that he have a lot of things, and I know on Underground Rap Twitter, they was talking about this guy like, yeah, y'all, you guys should go check him out. He's dope. And I've heard his name in underground Twitter, but it wasn't necessarily nothing I had to leap at because I hear a lot of names. You know what I mean? There's a lot of underground artists, and I just don't have the time. But with that said, because of the cosign, that's why I listen. And sometimes that's why that cosign is important. So I get into it and I'm like, the 26th letter, I'm like, oh shit. Why haven't I been listening to this guy? Because not only is he rapping well, he's blending that Creole, that Haitian slang in there, and it's just marries up well with that little bit of that Griselda sound, but it just sounds a little bit different. It sounds a little bit different than what you hear Benny on, or you hear a Conway or Westside on. And then as we go through it, we're starting to get through it, and I'm in like song 5, and I'm like, I'm not skipping at all. I'm hanging on every word this guy is saying. He has bravado. He has presence. He has a character that has locked me in song 5. And that's on nothing but lo-fi, just grimy raps. You know what I mean? But he's being a lot skillful with it when I have to sit back and listen to it. So I'm gonna go down to the joints that I like. It's 26 letter, like I mentioned. Criminal, Revoir, if I'm saying it right. Those are joints that immediately stood out to me, but there's a lot more that I like about this album. Well produced, minimal features, so you get to know who he is. Westside is on there a few times, and I heard a lot of jokes on Twitter as far as those weren't the best songs, but I think a lot of people just like the shit on Westside just to get a reaction at this point, because that's been a trending thing. But this project, Pray for Haiti, it's I might venture to say this may be up there with one of my favorite albums. Not venture to say, I'm gonna say it. This is one of my favorite albums of the year so far, and it's definitely gonna make my list for the mid-year wrap-up. Like, it's just fire, man. Like, when it's fire, it's not a lot to say.
Feel you.
So
Definitely
y'all
gonna
check
give it a
out that.
listen, man. Like you saying, like missing with that Haitian a little bit. So I'm interested in it. I mean, because like I said, like, that's what Kodak just did on his last album. So hey, I already tuned in a little bit. So might as well
He
just
mix he's mixing a lot of Creole in there, like rapping, not rapping in it, but just a lot of beginning, ending hooks. You know what I mean? Just throwing that sauce on there, and it just feels and sounds good. And I would encourage anybody that's listening to us to go check it out, man. If you like that grimy underground rap, but this is upper echelon. I'm gonna tell you that this is doing it at its finest, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.